How's it going? So my name's Colin. I have the Why Not Make channel on YouTube, and on that channel I've done some different types of projects, including some things and upgrades to old boomboxes. So I love old school boomboxes. I was born in the 80s and it's just got a classic look, so why not reuse them or figure out some different things that we can do with old school boomboxes. If you find yourself owning one that doesn't work anymore, or it's not going to be repairable, like this one that I picked up, which is probably the oldest one I have, and basically it had water damage inside. I wasn't going to be able to fix it, so I actually took all the existing components out and essentially put in a Bluetooth amp board. So I'll have some links in the description of the different parts that you can use to do the same thing I did. So in this case, I actually gutted the interior of this and actually put in a little Bluetooth amp board and a new speaker and a rechargeable battery pack. It's a rechargeable little Bluetooth speaker now. So this guy I just got last week at an estate sale, and it was marked $7, but the owner of the house, when I was paying for it, actually knocked it down to $1 because it didn't work. So I was happy either way, but this is a awesome looking boombox. It was a knockoff brand. I love the look of it. It's big, it's got that 80s vibes. I added a digital amp, a Bluetooth receiver, and a rechargeable battery on this one. I put a switch on the side and a new LED up front. Put new speakers in. Again, this is one that is a knockoff brand. It's not anything that actually was really built to sound very good when it even released in the 80s. I get some flack on YouTube because I have taken old boomboxes and essentially gutted them and not tried to repair them. In some cases, like this one, I didn't even have to take anything out of this because it's 99% air. The amplifier portion is so small in here existing, and I added a new digital amp and a Bluetooth receiver and a rechargeable battery to this. Again, there are certain cases where this wasn't something I really wanted to dive in and repair. I supplemented it. I added my own new amp and basically made it into a Bluetooth radio. There are really good boomboxes and a lot of them are worth repairing. I'm just showing you in these cases, this is something that I didn't feel like was something I wanted to repair. Why not just make a cool Bluetooth radio? So next is a boombox that I got, and in this case, when I bought it, the radio worked and the cassette player didn't. That's the case in a lot of them because the belt will break or wear out. So they are usually repairable. If you want to do that, that's great. In my situation, I don't usually use cassettes, and so I would prefer to actually have the radio still work and then I'll also have Bluetooth functionality. And that's what I did in this case. I always add a rechargeable battery pack in the back, so it's got a rechargeable battery because, again, there's no real fun in having like 8D batteries or having to pay for those and have those go out. So now a rechargeable battery. I do have a video just showing how to add a rechargeable battery to really any old boombox. And in this case, if you go to the radio, it does work. And instead of actually having the tape functionality work, I have it set so that if you hit play, again, you gotta have it on stream from your phone, it will play whatever you want to play from your phone. If you want to see how to do this type of project, I have a video showing how to add Bluetooth to an existing working boombox. Some other things that I've done are making one from scratch out of something that maybe you already have lying around. In this case, I had, like maybe you do, an old just clamshell type tool case. Took out the inner liner, added a Bluetooth amp board. Again, I'll have some descriptions down below, and added speakers and a rechargeable battery. Put switches on. This is rugged, it's rechargeable. You can put an aux cable in it if you wanted to actually plug in straight from another audio source, or it's got Bluetooth right on the board. Alright, next let's look at this guy. I got on Craigslist for 20 bucks last week. And this works. It was used for like a construction site, and so the radio works. This is the best sounding boombox I think I've ever had.
Without the R, best fiend.
Something like this actually has a little auxiliary port on the back, and just even a cheap little Bluetooth receiver like this one that plugs directly in and is battery powered. The Bluetooth receiver is rechargeable, so you can actually charge it separately and just plug it in when you want to use it. And then you can always still add a rechargeable battery pack to even a newer boombox to make it more convenient. That's one of the first things that I always do. Alright, so at this point you're probably saying, wow, cool, you can put Bluetooth and a rechargeable battery in all these boomboxes. I wanted to see something cool, so here you go. Here is a boombox that had a little TV screen built into it. The way that it used to pick up airwaves analog is not the case anymore. So basically it wasn't able to tune into any TV stations anymore. And as opposed to actually trying to repair that old cathode ray tube little set that was in here, I put a new Raspberry Pi type HDMI screen in. And what better way to utilize that than also build in a Super Nintendo Classic. So the new Super Nintendo Classic basically is a smaller form factor, and I pulled out the actual components from that case and implanted in here so that you can, of course, play your Super Nintendo games on here. Now, it's a small screen, I will give you that, and if you want to actually listen and play, you can use the controller here to play your game. So there's controller ports on the back, there's an HDMI output on the back so that you can actually plug it into a normal size TV and mirror whatever's on this screen on the big TV so you have the sound come out. So this has a rechargeable battery, of course, and now you can play your Super Nintendo games right on this little screen and have the sound come out. All the original sound audio components are original to the boombox. Even the radio actually still works if you switch it over. So put the reset button up here, and that obviously allows you to go back to the home screen. Sorry, this is all on the website whynotmake.com if you want to see like the actual list of components that are in here to make this possible. Alright, we're going to end here with one more boombox, and this is probably my favorite recent project I've done. I got this on Craigslist, and it actually worked when I got it. It just needed some TLC. So basically, a lot of times the old boomboxes that maybe have sat for a while or not been kind of cleaned or restored, when you play them, there'll be some static when you adjust knobs, and that is something that is generally easy to overcome. Basically, some electrical spray cleaner on those knobs inside and work them back and forth will help. And so we actually got this one running, kind of sounds like it did when it came out off the factory floor. I added a rechargeable battery like I always do, but let's say you want to listen to the radio, everything works. But if you don't want to listen to the radio, and we've done enough about Bluetooth, and this one is a little different. So Alexa, play some music from the 80s.
Amazon Music.
You're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway.
Of course.
You can rely on the old man's money. You can
Alexa,
rely.
pause. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 1:13 p.m.
It's 1:13 p.m. everybody. So, again, in this case, we put the Alexa or whatever, the Amazon Echo device into the boombox, and I just ran it off the same power that runs the same rechargeable battery that powers the boombox itself is now also powering that Alexa device, and then I ran it through internally through the auxiliary inputs. So you can do a lot, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. People ask me quite a few questions about how to do this, or like what am I doing, why am I doing this, what's wrong with me, and I don't really get offended unless it's my wife, which she knows that. But other than that, it's really just fun to experiment, try things out, and hopefully help you out there in the internet verse to do something similar if you want. And at the end of the day, it's all about what you want to do. If you want to try and salvage something old or just bring back something that you cherished as a kid and bring it back to life, that's awesome. If you guys have questions, feel free to let me know. I appreciate all the comments and support, and especially the nice comments are great. And on the website whynotmake.com, we have some of the descriptions for how to do some of these projects. I'm still adding stuff, so if it's not there yet, it will be. But like the Super Nintendo Boombox, you can actually see the process for what components went in there and how I made it. If you, again, have any questions or want to make a comment, please do so. I appreciate anybody that wants help. I will try and do what I can. And please do subscribe. It does help me know that there's actually somebody out there that wants me to keep trying to make content. Thank you.